is the bike equivalent of this bus, also by Rome. So we'll actually, this afternoon, our last stop is at the Rome factory, so you'll get to see the production of those bikes that are assembled here in Kenya. So that's our last stop this afternoon. We also have M-Copper just before lunch, and they are the financing partner for the bikes as well. So lots of interrelated solutions here. Another thing just to note about where we are at the moment, Two Rivers is actually a special economic zone, which is why I think they will be here. You may have caught I think there was someone who asked about exports. They're not exporting yet, but being in an SEZ, they're getting a lot of tax breaks and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of companies that are relocating up here to Two Rivers. The next company we're going to see is called Verst Carbon. So they are a digital MRV platform for carbon projects. So there's probably less in the way to see of kind of trucks and infrastructure, but they're going to give us a walkthrough of their platform. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the carbon kind of markets. It's a huge growing area for Kenya. Everything from renewable energy to forestry, conservation, and indeed electric mobility, where companies are getting this additional revenue source from carbon credits. So corporate customers buying credits for emissions that have either not been released because an electric bus is more efficient than an electric than a petrol or a diesel bus, or projects that are sequestering carbon through trees, through soils, etc. So one of the big challenges with that is actually measuring the carbon. So how do you know how much carbon is actually being restored, particularly for nature-based projects? How do you know how much carbon is in the soil? How do you know how much carbon is in the trees? And how do you report that efficiently? So Verst Carbon is a Kenyan kind of homegrown platform where they are using digital monitoring, reporting and verification to measure the impact of carbon projects and communicate that to customers. So we're going to see them next. It will be about 30 minutes to get there, and then there's teas and coffees, and we'll have a break before we actually get into the demo there. So, cool. Any questions, let me know. Thanks. Cool. What are we waiting for?